All right, thank you, everyone. Thanks for attending. Please post your questions to the Q&A box, and we will address them at the end of the webinar. The webinar recording will be shared via email, and it will also be available on Live Community. Your feedback is valuable to us. There will be a survey at the end of the session, and we would appreciate if you could answer it. My name is Mike Alalade, a customer success architect for Cortex XDR. I've been with Palo Alto Networks for over 2 years, and I'm excited to be with you today. Our agenda for today is as follows. We will start with licenses. Your licenses determine the features that will be available on your tenant. Therefore, if a view is missing, validate with your licenses. Next, we will talk about what you should watch out for agent installations across different platforms. After you have installed your agent monitoring is key. We'll talk about that using dashboard, reports, endpoint table, and correlation rules. We touch remote administration tools. That will take us to 5 common agent issues and how to troubleshoot them. Because of time, most references will be made to Windows platform. And because we may not be able to finish everything, we plan to have this session continues next month with part 2, where we deep dive into the agent components and architecture, more hands-on troubleshooting, and focus on Linux agents as well. We focus on the 3 key license types that are specifically related to the agents. On the top left, 1, Cortex XDR prevents, delivers advanced endpoint prevention. And when an alert is generated, you can view the data associated with that alert on your tenant. Second is the cloud per host licenses. This is used for Kubernetes containers, either on-premise or on cloud. Next one is Cloud XDR Pro per endpoint. This delivers everything that Cortex XDR Prevent delivers, plus the ability to collect and enhance data. Whether an alert is triggered or not, activities on the endpoints are recorded and forwarded to the tenants for analytics and other engines for you to have the ability to do threat hunting, as well as you have more response capabilities with XDR Pro per endpoint. Available add-ons here include the host insights and the forensic. Let's look at the installed metrics. The installed agents here denotes the XDR Prevent endpoints and XDR Pro endpoints. But the data collection enabled here denotes the endpoints with XDR Pro per terabyte and the ones with enhanced data collection enabled. Likewise for cloud host instances. On the top screenshot here, you can see that the XDR Pro per endpoint is disabled by default. Therefore, if you have XDR Pro per endpoint licenses or XDR Cloud per host licenses, you need to enable this and enable monitor and collect enhanced endpoints. Next, we go to agents packaging and installation. Because of time, we won't go through the steps to install the agents on each of the platforms. Follow our installation guide on how to install on the different platforms that we support. First, before you do anything, it is recommended that you have your firewall settings to enable access between the XDR agent and XDR tenant. Another requirement is the certificate. You have to have the right certificate, the GoDaddy certificate and the Google Global Sign root certificate as well. Again, remember that the connectivity between the agents and the tenant does not need you to decrypt the SSL traffic. So make sure that you configure your firewall with exclusions to avoid decrypting the SSL traffic. Next is the optional setup for broker VM for proxy and local content caching. That's how you can allow your agents that is not meant to reach the internet directly to go through the broker VM, and as well as optimize your bandwidth with local content caching on the broker VM. Of course, when you are installing the agents, you have the option of defining the proxy list as well. The recommended flow to effectively manage your endpoints is one, to create an endpoint group and attach applicable policy. That allows you to effectively manage your endpoints. Going to the upgrade, we recommend that you have your upgrade settings configured so that your endpoints are in the early state and not leveraging the end of life versions. For uninstall procedures, we recommend that you follow the uninstall guide and always disable tamper protect, because the uninstall process will interact with the XDR components, which are protected by default. So you need to always disable tamper protection so that you don't corrupt the agents in the process. You can install the agent directly using the Cortex XDR server or from the locally on the endpoint as well. Those are the uninstall processes. Of course, we have, in case the agent is completely corrupted and it's difficult to install, we have the agent cleaner, and that's going to be the last resort. In that case, you need to reach out to Palo Alto Networks support to grant you access to that cleaner. Again, one of importance here is the VDIs. The installation process for VDIs, for non-persistent VDIs, is different. So you have to follow the process to build the golden image, do the image prep, because the guests are short-lived. So you need to have a separate policy that's effective, that makes it efficient for XDR to protect those VDIs. For persistent, VDIs, you need to use the standard install process. So again, Cortex XDR agent cleaner, you need to reach out to support and follow the steps to be able to leverage that. So we go straight into the first set of demo. And because of time, we move very quickly into the demo. For you to download the agents, you need to go to the agents and the agent installations page. You can create your agent here based on the platform types that you want and, of course, the version. Then, alternatively, apart from the standalone installer, if you need to install on containers, you can use the Kubernetes installer. You can use the mchat now, because that allows you to manage upgrades and then scale within the Kubernetes environment. After you've created the package, you need to download that. The first thing that you want to note here, after a package is created, note the distribution ID here. This is what is embedded in the agent for the endpoint to successfully connect to the XDR tenants after installations. You could have downloaded and saved an installer to a shared drive. After deletion of that installer from the XDR console, the distribution ID will be deleted as well. Thereafter, every endpoint newly installed by that deleted installer will not be able to connect to the XDR tenant. Likewise, if you see here, an agent and a package can be removed by Palo Alto Networks for a number of reasons. But always watch out that you are not leveraging the end of life agent version with end of life, because agents with end of life, we no longer receive content updates and bug fixes. So that creates a gap for the content that is protecting your endpoint. Likewise, for the different packages here, you can equally just right-click on them and download the types that you want. Next, before you continue here, the different ID as well can also be used to reconnect back to the tenant. For example, if you installed a deleted package from the UI here and is not able to connect back to the tenants, you can reconnect. You do not need to uninstall that agent. All you need to do is to get a distribution ID from here, and then you can use the command that we're going to discuss later, the site to reconnect first command, to be able to leverage another ID to connect back that agent into XDR. Creating endpoint group enable you to manage your endpoint effectively. For example, you can create a new endpoint group here, and you can focus one. You can create one for workstations. You can see the way I'm right-clicking on this and I'm creating a filter. You can create one for Windows 10 workstations, and this can be used. To assign. You can assign a policy to this. You can also focus straight on servers. You can just create one for servers as well. So if you have a look at the ones I created for the webinar here, we have a webinar Windows 10 workstations for only workstations filter, with filter for workstations and Windows 10, and another one for servers. Thereafter, you can go to Endpoints and Policy Management and create a policy. Specifically for that for those group of endpoints that you've just selected. So you can go ahead and then attach the relevant profiles that you want to that group of endpoints here. So if I continue next, you're not supposed to use the default. You can make use of. You can create a custom. Profile as well. Then you can attach the group of endpoints here that we've created. So, for example, we have the webinar for Windows workstations, and then you can go ahead and then create that. But since you said you can have your own custom profile. So this is an example of a custom profile, and this is where we quickly talk about some of the best practices when it comes to the agent settings. So for today, we're going to just look at the agent settings specifically. After you install the agent, it is recommended that you have your agent settings. You review the agent settings. One of the things that we want to call out specifically here, which benefits an organization that use the endpoint grouping, is the ability for you to be able to associate different agent upgrades to different group of endpoints. For example, for Windows workstations, you can have, of course, as soon as you have your change management program in place, you can attach a separate and a more immediate agent upgrade to the workstations. In this case, I enable auto upgrade here, and I can take it to latest agent release. And if possible, I can even say, okay, delayed for only 2 days, right? And after you've done this, you can attach a separate agent settings to your servers. And in that case, you can say, okay, you want to delay that for maybe 7 days. So you have the ability to leverage the endpoint grouping and separate agent settings to control how you manage your upgrade. Upgrade is very important so that your agents are not operating with end of life agent versions and are not able to pick the right content version, the update, the latest content version. Next, we will go straight to the use of broker VM. This is optional. You are able to download that by going to the settings. You go to your settings, you can go to configurations, and then when you get to configurations, you see broker VM, and you can download that and install it on premise using any of these packages. Now, after you've installed it, broker VM comes with a lot of different applets. But for our own use case here, we want to leverage this for process settings. So we need to configure the agent, the local agent settings. So in this case, we go ahead and do a configuration. And of course, you can go ahead and select you can leave the default settings here with the proxy enabled and use the default ports if that does not conflict with your original settings. And of course, you can enable it for content caching. This enables all your endpoints to come to broker VM instead of all of them going straight to the SDR tenant to pull content. And like we said before, you can define all those proxy IP addresses in your when you are installing the agent. Alternatively, there are different places where you can still make use of the broker VM. You can configure your profile settings within the agent settings. You can define as well the content. Your download sources indicates that you want to use the broker VM, for to download the content as well, and then you can select the broker VM that's been created. And as well as if you have a reason for a group of endpoints to use only the proxy without getting access to the internet or getting direct server access, you can come here as well and then choose that option. So how do you know whether your agents are using the proxy IP addresses or not? You can leverage the endpoint administration tab. There are different feeds in here that you can expose. One of those feeds is the proxy IP address. The last use proxy IP address because you can have multiple proxy IP addresses, so you can easily see that and then see the ports that are being used in here. Again, to call this out, if you look at this endpoint, it is using end of life, an agent version that has reached end of life, and as a result, it's using a very old content version. So you need to watch out for that as well. So we'll continue here. After you've installed your agent, the next thing which is very important is monitoring. And then you have multiple widgets, reports, dashboards that you can leverage to monitor the health of your agent. But before we go into the demo, there are two things that I want to quickly call out here. One, you can leverage SQL to build custom widgets and custom reports. This one is targeted to the endpoints and is able to extract the minor version of the agent. We'll see how that is being used. Also, you can build correlation rules to alert you when an endpoint specifically connects back to the tenant. So there are multiple ways by which you can monitor your agents. But first, let's go straight into the demo to just show that. Out of the box, we have the agent management dashboard. So it's a good place for you to start. And you can see the agent status breakdown for you to see which systems are connected and disconnected. What are the agent versions? In here, you can immediately see the agents that are already end of life. And of course, you can see the agents that are not picking the right update on the lower right side here. Of course, you can create your own custom dashboard. For example, you can see here that I'm tracking the top duplicates. In some cases, due to the way you set up your agents or due to the way your endpoints are built, you may have a number of duplicates, and that could affect the number of your licenses and then the visibility of the endpoints within XDR. So you can track that, and you can track that, create a custom SQL to do that. Also, you can be tracking the minor releases as well. You can leverage that the way you like. You can be tracking the number of endpoints with end of life. And of course, there are other things here that you can track as well based on which system has EDR enabled, which system are showing the operations was protected, the ones that are not protected, you can track all of that. But let's go straight and have a look at the SQL that is used within these widgets. So this is a sample SQL. We won't go straight into that today, but the essence there is you can create, your own custom SQL, use it as a widget, and then you can leverage that. For the duplicate endpoints, before we go into how you can address that, it is always advisable that you run, that you have visibility and understand why you have your endpoints in duplicate format. So for example, you can see an endpoint here with 6 different counts. So you want to understand if you need to, in your architecture, for example, if, for VDI's environment that you have, for non-persistent VDI environment that you have, you're supposed to go through the uninstall process for VDIs and you miss that. That will explain why you have the number of duplicates, which you need to address by installing the XDR only on the golden image, and then you prep that image, right? You need to always understand the cause of that. And of course, you can go ahead and do a cleanup of this. There are multiple ways for you to do a cleanup of this, but before we go into that, let's quickly take a look at what is available today for you to be able to do that. There is a new functionality here. If you go to settings, configurations, and then you go to agent configurations. Apart from the agent settings profile that is specific to the endpoint group that you assign a policy to, you have a global agent configurations, and this is affects all the endpoints that you have. So you can easily just come here and do a cleanup based on different parameters. It could be the host name, the host IP, or you want to use the host name and MAC address. And then you can do that one-time cleanup, or you set it up to run at intervals here. But at least you have visibility you have visibility to the duplicate endpoints here. And then from there, when you finish doing that task, you can come back to run the query and see if you still have duplicates or everything is being cleaned up as you required. Now, there are other settings here. Of course, we encourage you all the way from the top. We encourage you to define your uninstall password at this profile level, and of course at the global level, so that end users or actors are not able to tamper with it. Because if that's not set, then the default password can be leveraged. Also, if for the sake of time, I will just quickly touch this place just to clarify some of the questions you may ask as regards when you delete the agent. If you go straight into an agent and then you right-click on an agent and then you decide to delete the agent, when you do that, you are deleting these endpoints from this table, and then you're deleting the data associated with it as well. But when you go to agent configurations and then you do a cleanup, in here, if you look at the information here, when you do a cleanup, it's going to deduplicate all the, it's going to remove the duplicates and leave the last one that's only one entry, the last endpoint reporting to the server. But the deleted endpoint data is retained for 90 days. This is last collection. So there are 3 different data, that you see in here. One will be the license database. So in our documentation, we have different endpoint types here. We talk about license return to the license pool. We talk about the removal of the agents from the console, as well as the deletion of the XDR data within the database and the XDR data set. So you have the option of setting this, of defining this within the agent configuration page that we just showed. All you need to know is when you change this from the default of 30 days to 15, you're saying that immediately an endpoint has not connected to the tenant, the status should change to connection lost, and your license will return back to the pool. When you choose 45 days instead of 180 days here, the agent is removed from the endpoint table that we just saw. Whereas the agents with the agent data within the XDR data set will still be there for 180 days once you have the necessary storage to be able to keep that. So moving on, there are so many, columns there that you can use to track. There are so many columns there that you can use to track the health of your agents. But for now, we will look at the use of the agent logs as well. You can also always, come to here and see and view the endpoint logs. For some reasons, there may be a question about, on what an agent is doing. So this is a place for you to quickly have a view of what is happening on the agent. All you need to do is just right-click on the endpoints within the endpoint table and view the agent audit logs. Now, just to explain a little bit about what is happening here, you always see stop, agent service stop. If you use maybe site to runtime stop, or you reboot the agents, so you see the monitoring agent service will report stop. And then when it is coming up, it is required that they do policy update because the policy on the server side might have changed. So you always see stop followed by updates most of the time. And of course, if someone tries to do run endpoint script from the XDR tenants or use live terminal, you always see payload execution in here. So it's going to tell you, the description will show you what exactly was done. There are other activities that may be done on the endpoint. For example, a user can generate an endpoint token. It's going to give you who generated the endpoint token and then when that endpoint token was generated. This is a time limited token that was set for 1 day on that machine. And of course, for content update as well, you can see if a content update was successful. So it's a very good place for you to monitor your agents as well. Let's move to the third part of our demo. So before we move to the third part of our demo, let's quickly look at the tools that are available for you if you want to remotely manage your endpoints. You can use Live Terminal. There are a lot of different actions that you can take within the Action Center, which we're going to go through right now. And of course, you can use the endpoint-related public APIs available. You can use this link to see all the public APIs. Let's look at how you can initiate a live terminal on to connect to the endpoint. So you can always come here, go to security operations, and then initiate a live terminal to the endpoint. Based on the agent settings that you have, you may need the endpoints, the end user to approve this connectivity, or you can set it up to just notify the end user, and then this is and you have a successful connection. When you have the live terminal connected, one of the reasons that this may not be successful is if you allow SSL decryption. Live terminal will not work if you do not make exclusions for the communications between the agents and the SDR not to be decrypted. Now you can see all the processes here. You can actually go through the file that you have on the system. If you need to analyze a specific file, you can easily just get the file hash or even download it if you have a suspicious file that you need to investigate for some reasons. you have different actions that you can take from here. You have the ability to use command line in here. Commands that you can type locally on the system, you can as well, use it here and remotely administer the endpoints. In this case, if you type if you type a command here, you need to use Shift Enter for you to be able to execute that. So, for example, if you want to check, of course, we can check this in the endpoint table. But for example, if you want to check the version of the agent running on the system, you can as well come here, use Site2Info, which we're going to discuss more later. And then, of course, you do Shift Enter, and that should give you the version that you have on the system. Likewise, you can have some Python scripts run here. You can leverage that, write your Python script and execute that from here. Also, you can leverage PowerShell as well. So we disconnect from here, and then we move to, we do not want to save that. And then, likewise, the same way you can remotely use Live Terminal, you can go ahead and use and create a script by yourself. We have some script out of the box created by Palo Alto Networks, but as well you can create your own endpoint script as well. So you can come here and create your endpoint script, upload your Python script, and then load and run it against your system. So for the sake of time, we may not necessarily need to run IDFI, but if you do want to run, you can just go ahead and then run endpoint script directly from here. But of course, you can also come here and then edit directly your script. So every activity that you take on an endpoint, you will always see the actions within the action center. So, for example, this is the serial number that was executed. You can always click on the additional data to be able to get the results of that execution. And then you can see that, okay, this, because of the serial number, this return the serial number here. If you have, for example, the Live Terminal action that we just took right now, you can see it recorded within the Action Center. So the Action Center is where you see all the activity against the endpoint. Again, one thing I want to quickly call your attention to here is the support file retriever. You can retrieve the support file using from the UI side, or you can use it, you can do that locally on the endpoint. In this case, let's say we go after it has been completed successfully, we can come here and download the files for your own analysis or for you to share with our support engineers. And then we always have the ability to generate support file link for 7 days. Instead of you downloading the file directly to your endpoint and then uploading it to the support case, you can just generate the support file link, and then you can share that with support, basically, to use. I can immediately just delete that. So that is one way to do that. Then, because now it's encrypted, so nobody can even have access from 7.8. The support file retriever is encrypted, so you need to have access to your tenant before you can open up that file that's been created, basically. And for some time, you may create a task, and you discover that that task status, it failed or errored out. So not all the activities that you launch against an endpoint will be successful, because the system may be in disconnected state. That's one reason. So again, one thing I want to call your attention here is the expiration date. If, for example, if you initiate a scan to an endpoint and the endpoint did not return back, does not connect to on that task, and the task expired, then you won't be able to have any successful action there. So it's going to error out. So while as we continue, I want to quickly show all of us this. if you look at this, we will quickly generate a quiz right now. Look at this system. We have a mic lab here, and then we've got a system with manual protection pause. We are having protection active, operational status is protected, and then we have the system connected state. So this is a quiz. We can launch a quiz now. Will this system be protected if a malware is launched on the endpoint? So we would like you to give your input now for the quiz. So if I launch a known malware on this system, with Cortex XDR block it. Note that this is protected, the system is protected, and then we have protection active here. So kindly just quickly share your view. Now, while we wait for your view, because of time, what does manual protection actually do? What we will explain what the operation status is, and then we explain what the endpoint status is here. So we have a number of people saying Cortex XDR will block it. That will be what even probably me will probably choose, but that will not be the right answer here. The not sufficient data we cannot tell will be the right answer, and the reason being that all this, when you want to know what exactly is happening on the endpoint, is a combination of a lot of things. Protection may be active. We can always, pause protection from here. If we know that it's been paused, then we know that it's not going to catch it. The operational status here, it's giving you the status of the modular components of XDR. This is not telling you about the policy itself that is being run on the endpoint. This is just telling you about the components, the different components. XDR design is modular. So we have anti-malware flow as a module, we have BTP module, we have data collection as a module. So you can actually be running all these three and one be disabled. So this operational status data is just telling you whether all the modular components that are supposed to be protecting your endpoints are enabled or some of them are not running. So that is one way. The last thing that we're supposed to check is connected. Yes, it's connected. We know, but the last thing is you always have to be sure of the policy that you push to the agent. So, for example, let's look at the policy that we push to these agents. If I right-click on this and I go to endpoint data, I can view the endpoint policy. And when we look at the policy, we can see in here that everything here has been disabled. We have the action for malware to be disabled. We have the exploit to be disabled as well. So we do not have sufficient data to be able to tell whether that will happen. With that, will successfully happen. Now, the next thing again I want to show is the operational status here, can be protected, partially protected, or unprotected, right? It is better for you to have, protected and partially protected, especially when you have incompatibility in one of your on the agents here, you are partially protected. The ones you do not want to have will be unprotected reasons. So, and which we're going to expand on later. Now, for you to know the status, for you to know the details of what is making your operational status to be in a partially protected state, you need to right-click specifically on this feed. If you right-click here, it will not work. If you right-click here, it will not work. You have to right-click on that operational status that you want to view. Go to endpoint data and view the operational status data. And that will tell you the reason why your system is not in a fully protected state. If I come here and I right-click on it, I'm not going to see it. Endpoint data are not going, and will not be able to see it. So you always have to right-click on the partially protected or on the unprotected ones and go to view the operational status data. So let's go ahead and quickly look at the endpoint. You will see the confirmation before we start the demo on the endpoint now, you will see the confirmation that the endpoint have all the this, but you can see that it is actually disabled. Another thing again we see is if you do these are some of the commands that you can use to check the status of your services. So if I do site runtime query, everything is running here. If I kill the services by doing site runtime stop, it will also disable the agent from here, and I'm going to be able to see it on the server side that is disconnected because the services will not be running. So we will expand on this later, and then we're going to move to the endpoint side on the second session of this endpoint administration because of our time. But right now, let's go and fix this. So the way to fix this, of course, is to go back to your prevention policy. Always advisable to have your endpoint group so that you can effectively manage your endpoints. And then we go ahead, edit the policy now, and then we associate the very, very good recommended settings, because you always need to make sure that your system is protected and all the policies are in block mode, basically. So those are the two things that we need to do for this. And then you can go ahead and save it. Of course, you need to ensure that you save it after done. Now, we have a policy that has been pushed. The challenge is if you go back right now to the endpoint, this can stay here for the next 5 minutes. And the reason being that we have a communication, we have different ways by which the endpoint communicates. We have the WebSocket. And then which is server initiated. So the server maintains connection with the agent so that in case you need to immediately isolate the system, it is real time, right? And as well, we have the system needs to report back to the tenants using the heartbeat. So with the heartbeat happens every 5 minutes, and that's is what we use to determine whether we put an endpoint in a connected state or disconnected state. An endpoint that refuses to report back to the tenants, we go after 10 minutes, after 2 cycles of heartbeat, we go back into disconnected state. So, but you have the option as XDR admin to be able to force an heartbeat to be done immediately if you have made a policy change or you just want to check the status immediately. So to perform the heartbeat, all you need to do is to right click on this and immediately perform an heartbeat here, right? Now, for policy change, this endpoint need to check in, and when the endpoint check in, the XDR server will check whether the policy running on the endpoint, the endpoint will check whether the policy running on the endpoint has changed, and then if it has changed, then the new policy will push to the endpoint, to the agents to be applied. But also, you can hold your Alt key or the Option key on your keyboard, right click on this, and then you're going to see what we call the force checking. And that will make the endpoint immediately to forcefully check in to the tenant. Now, the next thing before we leave this place completely right now is the ability for you to control who can make changes on your endpoint. So, and then because you have uninstall password set, right? We want to make sure that the uninstall password or the global uninstall password are not distributed to anyone, because someone from another team can come to you to say, oh, they want to maybe disable a specific protection, or they want to perform some activities on the endpoint. So for that reason, they need the password. So the only way for you to do that, one, is for you to come all the way here and retrieve a token. So you can have a token, a temporary token right now. You can have the token set up for a group of endpoints, or you can set a temporary token just for an endpoint. So this is how you do it, and then you can control how many days before this gets expired. And then once you click enter, you generate the token, and then you can go ahead and use that password for other activities like, for example, if I want to tamper with the agent components, I can come in here and do site2 protect, disable, for example. And then when you do that, you supply the temporary token which you just received, and that will enable you to disable the protection on the XDR components. So right now I can go ahead and do registry, file services and code. Now, before we go on, some of the things that you have to watch out for, apart from the communications that we talked about here, is that after the policy and first checking, you can see this agent is now enabled and then is running. But if you look at the background, we have registry settings for XDR components, and you can see that PowerShell in here is showing protect disabled, which is 00. Likewise, if you go to WinRAR now, you see protect in 00. Let's use our Process Explorer to understand whether we are injecting into the process, because in some cases, you're going to have end users reporting that XDR has impacted the application. A way for you to do that is just to use Process Explorer to understand whether XDR has injected with its DLLs. Right now, we will have done another quiz, but because of time, we will just abandon that. Now we have PowerShell running here. Because the PowerShell was loaded before we updated the policy, now all the XDR and SDR is still not injecting. So right now, the user cannot even complain that SDR agents is still blocking the PowerShell because XDR has not injected into the process. You're going to see CY in here. And if you do want to see, if you want to make sure that XDR injects after this change has been made, you have to key the process. So that is why sometimes when support asks you to perform an action, you may have to restart XDR services. Sometimes you have to go ahead and restart the process. So immediately as an end user, if I try to launch this process right now, and the system and my settings, I have a settings to protect this process. So for example, let's go back to our registry right now, because immediately if I refresh the registry or I relaunch the registry, I will see right now that when I go straight to the settings of the process, which is the PowerShell in here. Let's go look at the PowerShell specifically. You will see that it is now enabled. So when we go to the Process Explorer, you can see now that all the Cortex XDR libraries has been injected into it. So for the sake of time, we will pause all the demo in here today, and then we'll continue in the next session. Right now, we will just quickly walk through the remaining 5 slides, and that is going to be some of the troubleshooting scenarios. The first scenario here, site2 is what you use, which I just used right now. Just take time to check through this. You have the command, action, and then the optional components. You need to supply the password. You can use the default password, or you can use the uninstall password as well. It's always best to use a temporary token that expires and then that's limited to a specific endpoint. This is a use case where a user reported Cortex XDR impacts a sanctioned application, but you do not have any alerts in the UI. What are the steps that you can take to immediately resolve this? We know that you have pressure when it comes to operations, but there are short-term approach to this and then the long-term approach to this. We always recommend that if it's something that you cannot easily handle, open a support case. But the last thing you want to do is to go ahead and uninstall the agent. If you are able to identify the application impacted, you can make an exception for that. We have a separate webinar that details on how you tune your applications out to make exceptions. Likewise, the way I use the Process Explorer to identify whether a process has been injected to, you can actually check using a tool like Process Explorer to see if a process has been injected into. And if it is done, then you can disable an injection for the impacted process. Another way is for you to disable event collection. So then before you even go into the use of post protection, The next level, this is in order of preferences, because at the end of the day, you want to resolve a problem, but if you want to provide an immediate workaround, you have to go based on the order of preferences, because the first one will not create a huge gap. If you pause protection, this is going to create a huge gap because you pause all the protection, all the policies. Now, disable agents actually stop the services. And of course, we expect you to always reach out to support. How do you create exceptions? Really, you can contact support and then they can always advise you on the exception. You need to provide the tech support file and describe the behavior. You can also create an exception yourself, especially for advanced user. You can create an exceptions like adding an hash signature, or even editing the exceptions for anti-exploit module to disable an injection into a process. Likewise, if you take the invert collection, the resources could drop for performance-related issues. And of course, if the memory has grown, you can just restart the service using site to runtime stop and site to runtime start. To pause protection, you can always go to the endpoint table, right-click on the endpoint, and then go to endpoint control, pause endpoint protection, and then later you can resume endpoint protection. Alternatively, you can do that using this command. To disable the agent services, you can use site to runtime stop, or on Linux environment, or you use site to runtime stop. You must always be in the program files directory. See program files, Palo Alto Networks traps to be able to do that. Likewise, on Linux environment, you have to be in OPT traps ping before you can run site to runtime stop or for those services to disable the agent services. Lastly, there are tough conversations that you must have, especially when you have diverse teams, operations and security team. When you have a problem, you have to be able to capture the TSF, if possible, if you can reproduce it, and change the verbosity of your logs so that you can capture as much detail as possible. If you disable the offending modules, that will naturally decrease the resource usage dramatically, but you want to be able to balance security with the operations. So you have a short-term approach, and then you can have a long-term approach by always reaching out to support so that they can give you a long-term approach, solutions to this after they've gone through the root cause analysis. Useful data, we talk about tech support file. These are different types of data that can be requested by support for them to be able to advise you on the RCA. Second, the second use case here is if you do not have agents, is not registering to the tenant, and then you know that you have firewall rules and certificates confirmed. Like we said before, check out that it's not a new agent that you just installed, and then you can always confirm the distribution ID on the endpoint or from the UI, and you can use site to reconnect. That we attempt to use the old distribution ID. But if you have a new distribution ID from the tenant, you can use site to reconnect false distribution ID. Please ensure you do not consistently use this, because this is going to create another instance of endpoint with new endpoint unique ID on your tenant. And that will consume another license. So you don't automate and continuously use this command. This is a troubleshooting step that you can take if an agent is not registering to the tenant. Another one is agent communications to Cortex XDR tenants. For agent communications, there's multiple things you can do. This is where looking at your log file can actually help you. For example, in this case, you can see that in the log file, we have to download content update, content package. All you need to do to know that all your connectivity is fine, you can copy this URL, put it in your browser, and if it returns an error, if everything is fine, you will know. You can always use site2 WebSocket query and site2 connectivity _test as well. And then we just go to questions now. If we cannot address all your questions right now, we take time later to address all your questions, and then we'll send it across to you. Again, Hands-on sessions, we continue the hands-on sessions on the part 2 of this because we are not able to go to Linux and the Windows platform right now. Where can I check in what cloud location the cloud XDR tenant is activated? So if you want to check the where your stuff is activated, the country where your stuff, the location where your tenant is activated, you can always confirm that in your FKDN. If it is US, you're going to see US here. If it is a government stuff, you're going to see it, and if it is another, if it's UK, you're going to see it there as well. The next one. How do I see licenses and features enabled configured for our tenants? So all you need to do is just to go to your settings, and then you go to Cortex XDR, and then you can see the licenses here. Next question. Can we elaborate on the agent cleaner? Yes, maybe we talk about it again in the next session, but the agent cleaner is just a tool that you use when you cannot on your own uninstall the agent and the agent has been corrupted and is unable to you are unable to clean it up from your endpoint. Then you can request for the agent cleaner from support and they will provide the necessary guidance. Do you need to disable tamper protection to uninstall from the XDR server? No. When you are uninstalling from the XDR server, if you click uninstall from here, the capability to disable the agent is already built into this, right? It will immediately leverage the agent's command, or is inbuilt, so it will just you don't need to manually disable the tamper protect again. Next question. Any future plans on iOS? For now, we cannot talk about roadmap, but definitely we are always adding more platform to our agents. So can you give a way to identify locally on Windows from the CMD to identify if an agent is in an early stage? We got attached to this webinar. We're going to share a list of commands that you can leverage for administrative purposes. So you can be able to see how you can interact with the agent as well. And some of those we will demonstrate that in the next session. So we will pause here for now because we're already on time. Sorry that we could not cover all the apologies. We cannot finish on all the questions, but definitely we're going to share the commands that I use and then the SQL query that I use. A lot of people requested for that SQL sample. We're going to share that. Thank you for your time again. Have a nice day.